Welcome back again after this short video. We will continue with the program, and next on the agenda is that we discuss the exchange and the internship possibilities. So actually the going abroad opportunities here at Zuyd. Next to me is Pascal. He is one of our students, and he has also been abroad, huh, Pascal?
Yes, definitely.
So we will be asking you some questions. On the screen behind us is Anna-Maya. Hi, Anna-Maya. And she's currently abroad, so she's not live in the studio here. Welcome to you both. I would like to ask some questions to you about being abroad and stuff. Starting with an exchange, and maybe for our audience, it's maybe you can, Pascal, explain what an exchange is.
Yes, so in the third year, first half of the third year, I went abroad for 1 semester, and I went to Seoul, South Korea. And basically you just choose to do a minor here or go abroad for an exchange, and I chose to go to South Korea to study there.
So you do a part of your study program you do at another partner university.
Exactly.
Hey, and it's you here on the picture.
Yes.
That's quite a different image we see. Can you explain a bit what we see?
Yeah, I think it's mainly, like you say, the difference is culture difference, of course, like in the way of clothing. This is the traditional Korean clothing. And these are some fellow other students from other different countries as well, who joined me at the same time I was there. We had girls from Spain, one from the US, Slovakia, so we had a lot of different nationalities during our exchange. And here we chose to dress ourselves up a day as in traditional Korean clothing, and we visited the temple.
Okay.
As you can see, it was a very hot day, so...
Yeah, it was a sweaty uniform, I guess.
The clothing was not really breathing, so it was a hot day.
Hey, you went to South Korea, huh?
Yes.
Anna-Maya, where did you go to do your exchange, and why did you select that?
I did my exchange at Assumption University in Bangkok. And why did I select it? In the second year of international business, you get a list with all the universities that are partner universities to where you can go. And you have to make a top 3 or 5 out of it. Bangkok was my second choice. China was my first choice because I already knew I want to go to a country that I don't know yet, and especially to a culture that I don't know yet. And because I know the Western culture and I've been with my parents to Africa quite a lot, I knew that I wanted to go to Asia. And the partner university in China ended their partnership, so Bangkok became my first choice, and I was happy that I could go there.
Oh yeah, super! It sounds. I can imagine that it's totally different in culture. Did you realize? Did you notice that as well? The difference in the Western and Eastern culture.
Yeah, because what we have we're an individualism. And they have a collectivism, which means that they do everything which is preferable for the group or the society. So people don't express their own opinion, and they do everything that would be, for the group or for the society. So sometimes I had a really strong opinion, and people would be a bit not really scared of it, but they would avoid me because I had such a strong opinion. And in classes where they learned about innovation, people had a really hard time to raise their hand and say what they thought about things. Giving classes there and following classes, and especially how you say things or how you act among people, was really different.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that, because people in Asia relate to us as straightforward. We're usually Dutch people in general, but especially in Asia, it's even a bigger gap. So I can totally relate to that. Like when you speak up or when you try to voice out your own opinion, you straight away, sometimes they even feel that you're attacking them while you're only trying to set up a discussion or... So sometimes you have to be careful with what you say or how you communicate with people in Asia.
If I hear you talk, Pascal, did it make you look at your own culture in another way? Did you discover yourself a bit better as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think you adapt. You need some time for that. Yeah, we're here. We can have a discussion with anyone, and there is also maybe the gap between lecturers and students is a bit bigger than here. Like here, we can just have normal conversations, like we're on the same level almost, just to say like that. And there, it's still that lecturers are a bit higher than students, so sometimes you have to be careful with what you say. But overall,
hey, and we see a picture of you here in the. I think it's the Korean football team. Can you explain a bit what you did?
Yeah, of course. We also have a lot of free time there. Next to our student life abroad, we also have some free time. So yeah, this was one of the things we did. I joined with some guys. Actually, these two guys lived together with me right on top. They lived in the dormitory where we lived together, and they had a football team, and they asked me to join. So yeah, of course I.
And you submerged in the Korean culture.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, so in your spare time, you already mentioned, you went to football. I probably traveled as well.
I traveled as well. Actually, I brought something small as well. I met someone downtown in a pub, and the guy was a fan of a football club, and he asked me to join one day. And then I joined him, and from one came another, and I joined home matches, and all of a sudden he also asked me to join away matches. So all of a sudden I was in Busan, which is all the way the south of Korea. So it was one way, 3 hours in the bus, and then you're really only with Koreans surrounded, and you're the only foreigner. But it's really fun. It's I think those are the one of the most fun moments you have when you're abroad, when you can really interact with local people.
Yeah, that you really are into the local...
doing the things locals do as well,
Okay. Anna-Maya, did you travel as well? What did you do in your spare time?
I did quite a lot of things in my spare time because I was able to choose my own courses. I managed it in a way that I had only 3.5 days of lectures, which made it possible to travel the country. I dived quite a lot. I went waterboarding with friends.
Oh, cool.
I did quite a lot of cultural things, cultural activities, because they have like a light festival in Chiang Mai where I went to with friends. And we had a cultural day which was organized for one of the societies, where we had to dress up in the most cultural dresses, and we went to a temple and quite a lot of pictures were made. And we had a celebration where they released fishes because they believe that you get an A if you do it right before the exams. So I immersed myself in the more cultural part of this country. Besides that, I traveled quite a lot to see the country and to really go to places.
Nice. And I see here, Pascal, that you have brought a jacket. Can you explain what it is? Because I am looking at it all day and I don't know what it is.
I wanted to ask you, maybe you can read what is written on top?
No. Can somebody there read it?
So it says Anyang Deakyo, and it means Anyang University, which is the name of the university where I did my exchange. Basically what we did is, as a group with the exchange students, we were at 9 exchange students there from all different countries, and we decided to make a jacket together. So we made the year, we had the patch of the university. So we
and I see your name here.
Yeah, my name
I
as
think,
well.
at least
in Dutch and in Korean, both of them. So what we did when we would go out, as you can see on this picture, we would all wear the jackets.
You used that,
So everywhere we went to amusement parks, we went ice skating here, we went to the zoo. All kind of activities that we would do together with the exchange students. We would always wear these jackets, so we were basically one group. So that was really nice.
And I can imagine that you're still in touch in some way.
Yes, we're actually planning a reunion right now, so we're trying to set it up. But as we are all in different time zones, it's hard to find the time. But we will manage.
Yeah, nice. Hey, and both of you have also done, except for a study abroad, you've also done an internship abroad. So actually working in a company abroad. Pascal, you were in Jakarta, in Indonesia.
Yes.
How was that for you to work there?
Yeah, it's totally different than here, I think. Of course, weather-wise, but also the same. The culture comes back again as well. You really notice that in the corporate world as well. As I mentioned just now, you have the difference between lecturers and students, but in the corporate world, it's between management and normal people on the work floor. They just simply don't speak up. But what I did, I joined actually 2 former Zuyd students. They have a consultancy company now, and they give leadership development training and sales trainings.
Okay.
So we basically went to to multinationals and give their leadership training. And this is at Xiaomi, and they're one of the fastest growing phone brands in Asia. And this was at their head office in Indonesia, and we went there to do 2-day training, leadership training.
Impressive. Then you really do something with your knowledge and with
really
your
nice.
education,
Although,
right?
of course, COVID hit in after March, but we still managed to, as you see here with the masks and everything, COVID-proof, we could still manage to do some clients, so yeah.
Yeah. And Anna-Maya, how was it for you to work because you went into Spain, near Barcelona, I believe?
No, I went to Casares, which is near Marbella. It's more in the south, near Costa del Sol, where I worked at a horse transporting company, which is a family-run company, where I was able to do everything that I liked to do or that I wanted to experience. So that was really nice, because I was able to do the marketing, to customer service, to the accountancy. And they even gave me the opportunity to work with their accountant in England. So I got quite a lot of experience in how to do the accountancy and how to work with programs. But I also got the fun part and went with them on trips to the horse shows and everything and all.
Yeah, and I can imagine that it's also, again, a difference in culture and, of course, in language. Did you also go for the Spanish language or just for Spain?
I just went for Spain because luckily the managers were both English, and I'm not the bravest and the best in learning new languages. So I decided that German, English, and Dutch is far enough. So I was like, no more languages for me, and I will just stick to English because since they were English, it improved my English quite a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if I may just add to the language part, fun thing I think we did in Korea is we had so-called e-chats, and what they did is all the exchange students were coupled with 2-3 groups of Korean students. And what we had to do every week, we had to have a 20-minute session and just have a conversation in English. And it doesn't matter what it was about.
Yeah.
But the problem in Korea is that even students our age, their English level is just not really good. So yeah, I think that was a fun part, and also a fun way to get to know more students from the university. Yeah. And then every 4 weeks we would change and get new groups. So
yeah. So you also improved your English and your
and also
and
the
your
English
skills.
of them. That was even more important because their English is sometimes really at the low level where they can barely have a proper conversation.
So you also helped them.
Yeah, we had to help them. We were basically their coaches
teachers,
or how you want to call it. Yes, exactly.
No, but I was also asking Anna-Maya because I know that there are a lot of students are really interested in Spanish and they really want to go to Spain to learn the language, but you just wanted to enjoy the sun in the south of Spain. Hey, Anna-Maya, would you recommend going abroad to this? If students are now doubting, hey, should I do an exchange or an internship? What would be your recommendation?
I really would go abroad, and I think the internship is in international business mandatory to do at least one abroad. I did the whole year, which is really recommendable because you're really going into new cultures, which in a later stage you can really use in your working environment, wherever you start working. And I think for me, I noticed that my English was so much better when I came back because you need to speak English because there's no other language to speak. Where I had like 6s when I left, I'm completely fluent, and it's so much easier for me to switch from Dutch to English. So if you're not doing it for the experience to go somewhere, please do it only to make your English that much better. There's so many advantages.
And you, Pascal?
I completely agree. Of course, you go. One part is that you go for the language, but I think you also go abroad to get to know yourself. Because once you go abroad and you're all by yourself in a different culture, you have to make new friends. You're all by yourself, so you really get to know yourself. Of course, you will face challenges, but you can only grow. And I think it's really important to go abroad as well to develop yourself and to know what you want and who you really are and what your path, towards the future is.
Yeah, I recognize what you both say, because we see students come in and we see a big difference when they come back, you know, after exchange and internship.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's a really nice experience.
Yes.
Okay, I think time-wise we need to stop this conversation. But thank you so much,
Thank you.
Anna-Maya, you as well, for dropping in via the MS Teams. Thank you so much for sharing. I hope that it helped you at home get a little bit of insight in what it is, what the possibilities are to go abroad.